Gameplay. It's going to be BGSU versus Akron today, as we get into picks and bans. First ban on the block is Udyr. Nico banned from Akron.
End of the line.
And the second round of bans coming out. Seraphine banned for the Akron team. Kaisa banned there for BG. And we'll get into picks here. First pick for the BGSU squad will be Akron. And the first pick for the Akron squad will be Aphelios. And the second pick will be Irelia there for the Akron squad. And for the BG squad, it's going to be a Tristan and Nautilus pick. And the third pick for the Akron squad will be Lilia there in the jungle. As we get into the second round of picks and bans.
I'll come back stronger.
And for the second round of bans, the Akron squad bans Gangplank. And BG bans Morgana.
I recommend skipping.
And for the second ban on the second side is Malphite and Lulu. For the second round of picks, we got the Rel in the bottom lane and Galio. Could expect a Camille pick here to support the Galio. Very good synergy with the Hextech Ultimatum. And for the second pick on the BG squad, we got Orin in the top lane. And then a potential counter pick here in the top lane. So that's telling me that Irelia will be going mid lane there for the Akron squad. It's going to be the Darius in the top lane. Very team fight heavy comp there for the BGSU squad. It looks more like of a pick comp there for the Akron squad. As we get into our 3-minute delay here, I'll explain how I think the game's going to go. For the BGSU squad, I think their best strengths are in their team fights with the Nautilus ultimate plus the Galio ultimate, and then the Orin and the Hecarim to frontline for the Tristana. And then for the Akron squad, I think their best play potential is to play for max sleeps out of Lilia and maybe hit a 4 or 5 man Irelia ultimate. Rel could be a big difference maker in the team fights just because BGSU squad wants to get down and dirty in the fight, wants to use their ultimates, and then the Rel ult can disengage a lot of that. The Darius pick for me is just a counter to the Orin. If the Orin plays it correctly, you just go even in lane, and at the end of the game, you should be able to beat the Darius as long as you play the team fight well. The Orin W can counteract the Lilia sleep. And we'll just have to see how team fight goes. I'm looking at around a lot of objectives: dragons, Rift Heralds, Baron. I'll be looking for a lot of vision control around those objectives. Early dragon setup for the BGSU squad will be nice. Just because we want to get that soul, obviously. I think soul will play a big part in this game and just how the team fights roll around. If BG can stay in the game long enough to get into team fights, I think they have a potential to win. And we'll see that in about 40 seconds as we get onto the Rift here. What's very good about the Tristana pick is she can buffer her W with the Irelia stun, the Rel stun. She can buffer it right before the sleep goes off. But the thing about the Irelia pick is if she hits her with the ultimate right as she's jumping, she's not going to go anywhere. And we'll get right into this game here in about 10 seconds. Alrighty, getting onto the Rift here.
to Summoner's Rift.
A 5-point setup for both teams. It's looking like an early ward for the Hecarim. He's going to go back and get a sweeper lens. Lilia backing as well. I'm expecting a red start for the Hecarim here, full clear maybe, into the top lane. There's very good gank potential there for the Orin.
Minions have spawned.
I like the Galio pick into the Irelia. It's a pretty good counter. Oh, it is a the blue start there for the Hecarim, pathing towards the bottom lane, and a chicken start there for the Lilia. So looking like quick level 2 there for the Darius. Gonna have to watch out there with Orin. Aurelia's looking to trade on her passive, getting that 5 stacks of the Q. Some trading here going on the bottom lane. Tristana E onto the rail. Whenever Aurelia is dashing to a minion and you can predict it, you're looking to trade off of that. But it's looking like Galio is trying to go even in this lane. Taking some heavy minion damage there. And an initiation there from Galio as he hits his E on Aurelia hits an E as well, as they go for a pretty even trade there. Some poke up here in the top lane. Darius takes the tower shot. Just some farming again. It's looking like based off of farm, there's about a 500 gold lead there for the Akron squad. A missed E here for the Aurelia in the mid lane. Lilia getting that first crab and the roam down there from Darius into the middle lane. A good E out from Galio, dodges the Darius E. Clearing out some vision here in the bottom lane with that sweeper there, Hecarim. Big wave here building for Orin. Hecarim potentially could go to his Gromp, and then they potentially could have a dive there up top of that minion wave if they wanted to. Looking like they're just going to let it crash, and double crab start there for the Lilia, also getting that Gromp there. Gonna put the Hecarim probably about 11.5 behind. Good hook there from the Nautilus. Has a W in from the Tristana, hits the Rel stun. Flash out there from Rel and then ignite there for the Nautilus. Very good trades for the BGSU squad. Rel used her W to when she went to go mountain up right there. That forced the Nautilus Q. Looking pretty even here in the bottom lane. Slight CS lead there for the mid laner of Akron. Probably about a camp ahead there for the Lilia, just because she got the double crab and the Gromp there from the Hecarim. And then to be expected, there's the CS leading the top lane. Orin's going to kind of get bullied out of that matchup 9 times out of 10. Good E there for the Galio. A nice flash. An Irelia ultimate coming out. Potential dive here for the mid laner there. But the Galio backs up to his tier 2. Some pings coming out for the Rel. Lilia is there to help. A good W gets her out of harm's way.
Just going to go hide.
Akron is there for the counter gank. Nothing's going to go on there as both teams just part ways. Some fight over vision control there in the bottom lane as Hecarim's hovering around. So you can see 2 pink wards there for the Akron squad. They're going to clear out these pink wards. Potentially could start up Dragon, as they do. They push in that bottom wave. The Akron squad is roaming over. The BGSU squad has the first roam over from the mid laner as they jump onto Lilia. TP coming in from the BGSU squad. The first blood onto the Lilia from Tristana. They're going to give Tristana the double kill. A good ultimate there from the Galio. An ultimate here from the Orin. As the Darius walks away with 1 HP, a flash W in for the Orin, and it is 3-0 for your BGSU squad. 3-0 and the Dragon, as we get a second Dragon coming up here. That'll be the Wind Drake, so there's a potential for an Infernal Drake Soul or a Mountain Drake Soul. It gives the BGSU squad about a 1k lead there. A very good fight. A good W counteracts the Irelia E. So that trade goes about even. About a 20 CS lead there for the Akron mid laner though. The Hecarim has caught it back up in CS there in the jungle. And the Orin is going about even with that kill up there in the top lane. Ping's coming out there for the Darius as they're looking for him. Early W there for the Galio. Just a short trade there for the Irelia. You know, I would like to see into the Irelia pick there. Good old Skarner. Imagine a Skarner pick, everyone. Ghost ultimate there from the Hecarim into the Orin EQ knockup. A brittle proc there. A good E out of the Darius. And there will be a kill there for the BGSU mid laner. First kill on the board for him. Unfortunately, the jungler there for BGSU dies to the passive. Sleep here on the BGSU mid laner as Irelia is roaming over. A good W. You can just walk that one out with the aftershock. No sleep there on the Lilia, so I don't think there is any really kill pressure here. Missed E there from our Irelia as the Orin just walks it out. And it is 4-1 for your BGSU squad. Another crab secured there for the Lilia. Dragon is spawning in about a minute 50. I expect another team fight here. Some farming here up in the top lane. Ornn getting all those minions there from the Bomby Cinder. Fortunately, he is being pushed in. Could set up a freeze here with those minions, but he decides to W them. Clearing out this pink ward here as Darius walks into the top lane. Potentially some plates there mid. Literally a good gank. She is sitting there at her rolls. A good Q from onto the W from Rel. Forces out the ultimate from Rel and a TP there from Irelia. A flash W there from Rel into a E ult there from Irelia, and then a Nautilus shut down, a Nautilus kill onto the Rel. As the BGSU mid laner there, Galio almost kills Lilia. A Darius roaming down. No kills to be picked up there, just a 1-for-1. And we see the first mythic item coming out there for the Lily in the jungle. Should be having the Laundry's Tournament. Some plates being picked up there from mid laner BGSU. A gank here from the Hecarim. A good W into a E combo. Rel is on the way. An ultimate from the Hecarim gets a kill onto the Irelia while there's a roam down from the bottom lane, and Lilia jungle is now dead. This would looking like a BGSU Wind Dragon. If you could see there, the Hecarim and the Galio comboed their ultimates to combine for that kill there in the middle lane. And it is looking like a mountain soul there for the dragons. And it's looking like a dead Galio there in the middle lane. Some trades here in the top lane, a good E there out of the Ornn. Unfortunately, the Darius passive gets the kill. It's looking like Lilia is going to be taking the Rift Herald here. As there's a roam over there from the middle lane. A good Q there and there from Nautilus forces out the Rel W. Some poke in here from the Aphelios. Good hook there from Nautilus off of the minion. Forces a flash out of the Aphelios. An ultimate there from Nautilus. An ultimate there for Rel also. A W in from Rel and then a W out from the Tristana. A good slow there from the Nautilus. A Q into the Tristana E. That'd be a kill there for the Tristana. She is 4-1. Dropping the Rift Herald here in mid lane. The BGSU jungler should be able to help their mid laner there. And then potentially a turret there in the bottom lane for the BGSU squad. Stridebreaker into a WQ from the Darius into the passive. Lots of autos here. And a kill there up in the top lane. And farming here in the jungle from the Lilia. And she'll get the crab again. Stride breaker there into the E, W. Auto Q into an E. Forces out the flash. A Q there from the Darius into a W. A shutdown there for the Tristana. King's coming out there for the Hecarim, a potential sleep here on the Lilia. Good ultimate there from Galio to disengage. An ultimate there from Hecarim into the Aphelios. And a W into the passive stun on the Rel, forces out the kill onto the Hecarim, a 1-for-1. It's looking like the Akron squad has brought that gold lead back up into their favor. Here with those 2 turrets and a couple of kills there up in the top lane. Mountain Dragon spawning in about 50 seconds. I'm expecting to see a fight there. As you can see, BGSU puts their Orin there in the bottom lane. Probably going to rotate their Galio to the top as he pings the teleports ready. Potentially could be a kill here on Irelia. The rest of the squad there for Akron is coming up. An E ultimate QQQ there from the Irelia gets a kill onto the Orin. Orin could have W'd that E. It's a very touchy cooldown with the Orin W. You can do it. And it would have forced him to become unstoppable. A potential sleep here on the Hecarim. A Stride Breaker flash into an E ultimate there from the Darius. As this will be Akron's first dragon, the Mountain Dragon. As they're just going to give that up, they potentially could get a turret up here in the top lane. Teleport out from the Irelia. As we see, most of the mythic items are complete. Irelia is the only one without. We got Divine Thunderer there for the jungler of BGSU. A Rocket Belt there for the Galio. Kraken Slayer there for Tristana. And then we have the support items. Stride Breaker there up in the top lane. For the Darius. "26 seconds here, Baron will be spawning. Potentially could be a kill here on the Hecarim as Rel is roaming over, plus the Aphelios. The Darius is also roaming over, forces out the Hecarim ultimate. Potential pick here on the Lilia as an Nautilus ultimate comes out into the EQ of the Hecarim, forces out a Irelia ultimate there to stop that from advancing. Potentially could be a BGSU Baron here, but they have Darius in the bottom lanes for pushing. As you see Orin walking over. An EWQ forces out the Orin E. Potentially a tower here in the mid lane for BG. Rel gets stunned up and locked up. A Nautilus queued, forces out the Ophilios heal. And this turret here in the mid lane, one odd away from dying. Good map gold there for the BGSU squad. Some pings up there in the top lane as Galio's looking for that turret.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And that'll be some global gold there for the BGSU squad. Looking pretty even here for both squads. Ping's coming out for the Dragon here in about a minute 50. Potential pick here in the middle lane. Galio was roaming over, so in the engage were to happen, he could just press R. Ultimate forces out the flash from Philios, and then a flash from Rel. A kill there onto the... And Darius is coming in from behind. A good flash there from Tristana. Unfortunately, she dies to the Darius. Double buffed up Darius gets the fruit there as he hits a double Q and heals up. A good Nautilus Q forces out the kill onto the Orin. 32 seconds and the Mountain Dragon's up. The Irelia is split pushing here in the top lane, getting that tier 2 tower.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
A back here from Akron could be the Akron second Mountain Dragon. They see Orin top. Lots of vision around there. Orin's TP is not up, so he has to start walking now if he wants to join the fight. Ping's coming in from the blue squad there for the mid lane. Looking for that mid lane priority. I like the macro there from BG. If the Akron squad decides to go for Dragon there, they potentially could get an inhibitor if they just keep pushing. Potential fight coming here out of the BGSU and Akron squads. BGSU starts up the Dragon here. Rel W is in into a good Galio E. A good Orin ultimate forces out the entire... Hits 3 people. A good ultimate there from Akron. Philios ultimate hit 4 people on the BGSU squad, and a shutdown coming out for the Irelia on the Tristana. An EQ into the Irelia gets a shutdown for the Hecarim. Looking like a second turret there for the Akron squad. BGSU is now on sole point for that Mountain Dragon. Ping's coming out towards Baron. Rel potentially could be caught here. Mount up into a W. Gets her out. Could be looking for a fight here. They potentially could catch out this Rel. W's. In that previous fight, I believe a Darius E into a 4-mana Philly Assault. That's what did it there for the BGSU squad. Strikebreaker out for the Darius. As a W potentially could get him into a Nautilus Q. A good proto belt there. Forces out the Q again. And no kill on the Darius. Forces out a TP there from Irelia. And Aphelios ultimate. A Rel W there. No flash Aphelios as Hecarim ults on top of him. A flash there for Lilia, putting the Hecarim to sleep. On Irelia ultimate there on the Hecarim into the E. Get the shutdown onto the Hecarim. Potentially it could be a Baron here for the Akron squad as Orin is in the bottom lane, no TP. TP is coming up. The Akron squad does start the Baron. BGSU has to recognize this as they need to walk over the mid lane if BGSU does recognize it. Orin teleport still not up. It is a 4v5 as the BGSU squad elect to give that Baron out. Orin is that level 14. The upgrades can be coming out there for his squad as you see the first upgrade onto the Tristana. Potentially an invade, just some deep warding here from the rail. Potentially a cheese here for the Akron squad as they're sitting in the bush. Potentially a fight here in the Dragon Pit as there's 15 seconds. A good bull there from Lilia, forcing out the stop. Looking like Akron started the dragon here. Potentially a fight as the Irelia now joins the fight. A bull there hits 2. Potentially asleep there. Akron is now starting up the Baron again. A flank here from Darius. I'm sorry, the dragon. Orin ultimate comes out. Only hits 1 on Rel on the inbound. An ultimate into a Darius there as he gets the dragon. Aphelios will flash away. The Darius will flash away as a double kill comes out for the Irelia. Quadra kill there for the Irelia. A penta kill there for the Irelia for the Akron squad.
Was that me?
Has been destroyed.
An inhibitor goes down, first inhibitor of the game. And Baron will be spawning in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. I'm watching this replay here for the dragon fight. I'm gonna try and analyze more of what went on. As the BGSU squad enters into the mid lane. So during that fight, the Darius eased 2 people into the pit as the Hecarim ulted into a 5-man Irelia ultimate, forced out the pentakill, and I believe the Darius Q there stole that dragon.
Red team pentakill.
And we'll go back to the gameplay. As a kill on Orin just happened, and oh, I'm sorry, a team fight just happened as the BGSU squad only has their Galio up. Looking like the Nexus turrets there for the Akron squad as they're taking down the BGSU base. Galio trying to stall there for the BGSU squad, and game 1 will go to Akron. No, you're good. And we'll get back in here very soon in the champ select for game 2. As everyone could tell, I really is a very balanced champion. We'll be getting into Champ Select here soon. As the teams are fixing their lineups. Give them a couple minutes to talk over the game. See what they want to fix. Maybe some different draft choices.
Mais non! Mais non!
What are you guys' predictions on the Super Bowl? Anybody watching that? Let me know in the chat.
You're not going to find out for 2 minutes. It's kind of just how it is for us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, they heard that one. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, chat interaction in a situation like this is very difficult entirely because we are mandated to have a 2-minute delay between us recording and you guys seeing it. So if you think we're not interacting with the chat, it's because we can't. So if I interact with the chat, it's because I type it intentionally so I can actually see it in real time. That also means I can give spoilers, which is really funny. Alright, best of luck, BGSU.
And maybe hop into Champ Select here. Yeah, we're off into Champ Select as BGSU has the first ban on the blue side.
End of the line.
Their first ban, they banned Graves. Nico band there for the Akron squad.
Their fear is wise.
And an Udyr there for the second band of BG.
Let me get in there.
Tristana band, second band for Akron.
Tyrant.
The Irelia band there for the third band of BG. And the third band coming out here for the Akron squad.
Okay.
Will be the Seraphine. Yeah, first pick here for the BGSU squad. That first pick will be the Heckram there for the BGSU squad. They do like their horse in the jungle. First pick up here for the Akron squad will be Samira. There's a Samira pick there for the first pick there for the Akron. I expect a lot of CC out of the Akron squad, as Samira can benefit off of that. Nautilus pick there for the support. Running up the second pick here for the BG squad will be the Alistair. And it'll be the Alistair Ezreal there in the bottom lane for BG. Third pick here for the Akron squad will be Olaf in the jungle. Second round of picks, or second round of bands coming out. First band in the second round will be in that second round of bands, it'll be the Malzahar there targeting the mid lane.
You used to be cool.
Echo band there for the BGSU squad, as we are last band onto the Akron squad. And last band there for the Akron squad is the Orin, and the last band there is the Darius. So lots of draft changes from the last game. In our second round of picks, first pick will go to Akron, as they are going to pick a Fiora in the top lane. Could be middle two. So we got a second round of picks for the BG squad. You got the Malphite there up in the top lane. Expecting some form of AP damage here for the middle lane. As Akron is saving their last pick there for the middle counter pick. It is the Yone there for the middle lane. It's going to be the Singed picked up there for the Akron squad. Looks like it'll be Singed, Malphite, Hecarim, Olaf in the jungle. Yone, Shora, and they're in the middle. Ezreal, Samira, and Alistar, Nautilus. Still with that team fight heavy comp there for the BGSU squad. And we'll get in the game here in about 3 minutes. I thought these two teams were very even last game. Up until that last dragon fight where the Darius got the double pull over wall and then into the quad Irelia ultimate for the pentakill.
For the Empire.
Not a lot there for the Fiora 2W there in the middle lane. Potentially could W the Yone ultimate if she's fast enough, or the Q. As we get in the game here in about minute 45, we'll be on the Summer's Rift and into game 2. As we'll get back into game here in about a minute. And we'll hop in the game here soon. And we'll get into the game here as the Akron squad has the double TP advantage. The Ghost Smite for both junglers. We'll be getting into the first setups here for both teams.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Potential invade here for the Akron squad is a 5-man walk into bottom lane. Alistar
30
is
seconds
sitting in
until
that
minions
bush.
spawn.
Alistar does recognize the 5-man and a flash Q forces out a flash of the Alistar. The W start there for the Singed.
Hey,
Minions
what's the
have
scanner say
spawned.
about their power level? Thought so.
That is my favorite Alistar skin. I hope he beats that belt all game. Just for the straight BM. Blue side start there for the Hecarim as the Reds start there for the Olaf as they both pass bottom side. As you can see, Hecarim started off with a ward there in the Pixel Brush, and both bottom lanes have a ward there in their Tri-Bush. Farming here in the mid lane. The Q miss out of Nautilus, no flash. Big trade there for the BGSU's bottom lane. QW start there for the Yone. As the Akron bottom lane hits level 2 first. Poking back and forth here in the bottom lane. Olaf and Hecarim both are down here. Potentially a kill here on bottom lane as counter gank is coming in. First blood there for the Samira. As she does get the dash reset. Double kill there for the Samira. BGSU shouldn't be fighting here in this game as they do scale. Do not want to fed Samira on your hands. Trading here in the mid lane and potentially a kill here out of the BGSU jungler onto the top lane. We're trading here in the bottom lane and E forward there. A dash from the Samira, a shutdown onto the Ezreal as he gets the blue and the red buff. No kill there up in the top lane as you can see Sims is still within. EQ on the minions there for the Yone. as they just trade out and Yone will farm. Freezing the wave here in the bottom lane as the back commenced by the Ezreal. A W out of Fiora on the Yone Q forces a back and a Nautilus roam there for Fort. Getting some singed action here in the top lane as he's proxying. Farming here in the bottom lane. A gank coming in for the Akron squad as the dash secures the kill for the Samira and the double kill now. Some pings coming out for the dragon as the Akron squad looks to start up that Infernal Drake. Some proxy in there in the top lane for the Singed. And the Akron squad to get the first dragon in the game, that'll be Infernal Drake. And the second one to spawn will be that Wind Dragon. Potential gank here for the Hecarim as a Nautilus Q hits the Ezreal into a dash from the Samira, and a dash out again. An ultimate there for the Samira, a flash forward for the Nautilus. A Nautilus passes into a Q, forces a double kill there for the bottom lane as the Samira is now 6-1. A W there for the Fiora forces a good trade onto the Yone. About a 4,000 gold lead now up for the Akron squad as we're about 8 minutes in the game. Some counter jungling here from the Olaf as he presses his ultimate and starts running the Akron down. Potentially could be a double kill here. Lots of turret shots there for the Fiora. The Olaf is looking to start up that Rift Herald as he's doing it right now, and his top laner pushes in the wave and looks to roam over. Another fight here in the bottom lane as the Alistar does knock Samira into the Ezreal. An ultimate there out of the Samira gets the kill onto the Alistar. Hecarim is on his way bottom. A Q there from the Nautilus. A Q there from the Nautilus stops that gank, and then the dash through the ultimate forces out a kill onto the Hecarim. An E over the wall into an ultimate. Potentially a kill here for the Malphite. And that'll be a Malphite kill there in the top lane. First turret looking to go here over to Akron. Nope, they elect to back off. A W out of the Fiora causes a very good trade there for her, as there is more counter jungling going on from the Akron squad. Akron is just being bullied by the Olaf. And that'll be first turret gold going over to Akron, as Samira will take that. "10 minutes in the game here, and we got about an 8k gold lead." Flash forced out there from the Ione as Nautilus looks to roam over. A Nautilus Q into a Fiora Q forces out the kill there for the mid lane. Some solo damage there from the Singed onto the Malphite as he looks to get his farm. A Ghost popped for the Singed as he takes a couple turret shots, and he gets solo killed there by the Malphite as he runs under the tower. Forward here, looking for the minions as the Fiora looks to fight on the comeback. Another gank there in the middle lane for the Nautilus as it forces out the Ione ultimate, and a Rift Herald here summoned in the mid lane. A tier 2 turret here in the mid lane as Nautilus hits Q onto the Alistar, forces out the ultimate. As we get some fighting here up in the top lane. To no avail, as now the bottom lane and the mid wave are both being pushed for the Akron squad. About a 10k gold lead now for the Akron squad, as Dragon will be coming up in about 3 minutes. A good fight there out of the BGSU bottom lane as they force the kill onto the Ezreal, and then they gank there for the Samira. Samira almost 1v9 there with their ultimate, as they get the shutdown kill. And now a TP is being forced in on to the Malphite as the turret will go down in the top lane. And the Fiora will got that kill on the Malphite as the Ezreal ultimate comes down the lane. As the BGSU bot lane comes into the mid lane, looking like they're gonna send their bottom lane back to the bottom lane actually, as Yone will take over the middle lane. Next dragon will be up in 2 minutes. As it will be the Mountain Soul again as the last game. The Olaf is now taking the Rift Herald, second one of the game, as the Baron will be spawning in 4 minutes. An ultimate forced out of Malphite there as the Nautilus hits the Q into the Samira combo. They now give the kill to Samira. Another Q there from the Nautilus as an ultimate comes out of the Hecarim. And another kill there for the Samira as they're pushing down this top lane. Olaf could potentially drop the Rift Herald here. Olaf does drop the Rift Herald here on this inhibitor turret, as it will hit the turret and it will be a 3v5. An ultimate there out of Yone. It's a nice 3-man. The Rift Herald is still up, but dash in from the Samira on ultimate. Good Q out of Alistar for stops the ultimate there for Samira as a flash forward there for the Fiora. She is now healing a W there onto the Alistar W, forces out a CC. Now looking like an inhibitor, first inhibitor going down at 17 minutes. Mountain Dragon is up. I'm assuming the Akron squad will back and then head for that. Huge gold lead here for the Akron squad. It's about a 14,000 gold lead, and they're on their way to their third dragon. Potentially a kill here onto the Singed as a flash forward from Yone. A good WQ there from the Azrael. It's a little chunk damage onto the Fiora as they start up the dragon, and this will be the third dragon they begin. And that third dragon will be killed, the Akron squad. As there is a TP there from the Singed, and now an ultimate from the Fiora into the W. A rampage there for the Fiora. An inhibitor dropping there in the bottom lane as the Ezreal does get ran down and dies from the Ignite. They are now onto the Yone, and now the Hecarim as an ultimate is forced out, and then an E into the fountain. A stair stage there, a headbutt pulverizer kills the Singe. Some damage coming out of Samira there onto the Malphite as she's onto the inhibitor or onto the Nexus turrets. Lots of damage coming out of there from the Samira as she does dash out. Her ultimate comes out. An E cancel from the Hecarim there. Also a pulverizer from the Alistar as she gets the dash reset into a quadra kill. And the Nexus turrets will go down as it's looking like an Akron 2-0. And that'll be the game as Akron will defeat the BGSU squad. Thanks everyone for coming out. That's BG versus Akron. My name is Dylan. I cast almost every week. I hope to see you guys next week.